Okay, guys, here we are one more time, one more time with Jordan, And I say one more time, Jordi, welcome to the HypeCast, because this is a HypeCast and we need to hype people. Because hype people is something really great in everything, right?
Yes, and ma'am, we have a good history about hyping up the cast together, so it's something we're used to.
Yeah. How you doing, Mr. Jordan? I mean, I know, but people want to know how Jordan is doing. I mean, your real life. How has been all this more than a year that you have been away from Age of Empires?
Yeah, I would say the year or 1.5 years it was. I'm very precise about that. Was pretty good, I would say. I was able to discover a lot about myself, um, and also had my work, which was finished last year, end of December. And I've just had more time again this year, and my brain obviously was always with Age of Empires, and I was during my break I was always following the bigger tournaments, and there was always the thought of how would I do again if I was playing again fully. So that's something which has always crossed my mind.
Isn't Age of Empires a little bit like your first girlfriend? You never can forget her, right? You never can forget the Age of Empires, right?
100%, yeah. It's like there's so much passion with it, right? And I have spent so much time with Age of Empires when I was younger, and it's just the perfect game for me. Like I don't have any interest in any other game. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Also movies, soaps, nothing. Age of Empires, yes.
Well, you are too extreme. I mean, with games and with you. I mean, I watch some movies and so my son tell me sometimes, why you play this? These graphics this is old. Why you don't play it? You will never get that badge on YouTube if you play this game. You don't get subscribers. Play another. And I try to play with him. Something I can't,
No
man.
chance. No chance,
I
right? The
can't.
passion is with Age of Empires, nothing else. I know that feeling pretty well.
Your family? How is doing your family? You got a daughter, right?
I have a daughter. Yeah,
It's,
she is
it's
doing very
growing.
well.
It's growing.
Yeah, growing. She's 8 years old now, and
Ooh.
it's just for me personally, it is so much better when they are older compared to when they're super young because you can do more things, more activities with them. Go out and also have talks and stuff like that. So I enjoy that more.
But soon it's starting to make you the hard questions. And then it started to make you question that you say, oh, I like maybe it's better that you go back. I don't want to answer
what
those things that your
what
daughter
kind of
will start.
questions?
Oh, well,
What kind of
you will
questions?
discover
I'm
mine.
curious.
No, mine is 14 in 2 months, man. 14.
Yeah.
14 in 2025 is, something else.
How is it being the father in that situation, man, for you?
It's difficult, but I always have said, my daughter, just don't lie to us. If there's
Yeah,
some moment that you have some questions or something that it's hard, if you feel more confident to talk with your mommy, talk with your mommy. If he's
yeah,
with me, but please don't lie to us. We want to trust you always, you know, and we all make mistakes. So if you
yeah,
do a mistake, don't worry,
yeah,
all can be fixed. I mean, I
yeah,
say many things to her, but this detail I always try to put on top. Many other things, but on top. And for now, it's working. I don't know.
I, I think that's amazing. Also, when I watch your streams and in the evening, right before my bedtime, your children go to bed as well. They come to you and say goodbye, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
you can tell with the way you are interacting, it's just a very very good bond there.
Yeah, and I want also that this what we're doing now is not an interview, Jordi. A podcast
Yes.
is a
No.
talk. It's
Yes.
we're talking about whatever we feel, how we feel. Obviously we make some questions, and you can also make questions if
Which
you
I'm
want.
doing always.
Yeah, I mean because you don't shut up either.
No, exactly.
You're very curious. Also, you are very very curious.
Yes, I am.
Well,
I am.
we wanted to make for those people that is watching this. We wanted to do this before a few days ago, but he has been busy, and I got a
Yeah.
power outage in Spain. The whole country. You were yesterday like, what? What happened? Well, disaster. We were back to the dark times. But
Yeah.
you watched the Age of Empires, you stopped working, but you have been
Yeah.
watching the game regularly. Even if you were not, if you were working, you have been more or less up to date, right? Of how it's going.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, especially with the bigger tournaments. The smaller ones I was not really following. I was also not watching daily streams or something like that. But when there was a big tournament going on, it's just the best thing for me entertainment wise. Like other people are watching, I don't know, football. Mem, you love football as well.
Yeah.
But for me, it's always Age of Empires, and watching the latest rounds is just it's so good, right? Because I know myself what is needed to perform at such a high level, and I can just appreciate the level of performance players are showing, and that's just for me. Yeah, I just enjoy that so much.
Same. But people want to know, and I want to know, uh, if is this gonna be the last time that you come back, or what is this? Because you don't want that you became a meme like Doubt Castle. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I
Yeah,
think I
yeah,
am
but
already.
a little bit, you know. But we will go a little bit back in time to talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Why exactly Jordan left?
So I would say there are more points to it. The first one was the financial topic because, yeah, the stream was not running as successful as I was hoping to when I initially in 2020 decided to commit to Age of Empires fully and give up my job there. So financially, it was a big topic. Also, living in Munich doesn't help in terms of the cost, right? So you need to have a certain income and to sustain it. And yeah, that was one topic. The second one was with Gamer Legion. Unfortunately, it didn't. Yeah, it was not the best closing. I would say it could have been better. I've done mistakes. They have done mistakes, and yeah, it felt like me not being part of Tato, Nili, Viper, and Doubt is just losing family to a certain degree. Maybe I'm a little bit exaggerating, but for me, emotionally, it was very tough, very tough for sure. And I was just looking at it, and I felt kind of hopeless as well, not being part of the team anymore. And yeah, I have the tendency to, as a person, if things are bothering me and I'm hurt, then I am like, okay, I don't need you guys. I'm out of here. So yeah, I would say that plays into it a little bit as well. Obviously, no hard feelings or anything, right? Nothing at all. But it's just something I have as a pattern growing up in a, let's say, not ideal environment, and that's something I'm looking into very actively as well.
You say that they did mistakes. You did mistakes. I'm not gonna ask what mistakes they did because it's
Yeah.
something third person. If you wanna say, you can say. But what mistakes you did, if you wanna talk about that?
The mistake I've done was not informing them that I would stop full-time Age of Empires. In my mind, I was like, okay, I will be able to still perform at a high level, especially with the job I've gotten, because I would have been able to invest a lot of time into it, and I would have been able to perform at a high level and fulfill all the conditions of the contract,
You did.
right?
You did. I
Yeah,
remember the last tournament you were doing. You know, Hidden Cup and
yeah,
NAC, if I'm not mistaken. You
and
were
I see,
your
yeah,
last tournaments.
exactly. So that's something I didn't inform them. So that was really a mistake on my side. Yeah, I think that was the reason why it ended. Not 100% sure. It is assumption, but it could be that. And from their side, yeah, I don't want to go into details there
It's
because
fine.
I
It's
feel
fine.
like
But
it's
but
not
I
my.
think that, yeah, I think that happens probably because what you were talking, like you were relaxed, thinking like you were overconfident in the sense that for you it was like a family, the whole thing, you know,
Yeah.
and you couldn't separate that the family was, let's say, Dowd, Viper, Tato, Neely, the players, and Gamer Legion is family too, but it's still also business. And it's
Yes.
still
Yes.
that part that you probably get all connected, and that was the mistakes. And then I assume that without that Gamer Legion support is what it makes you definitely leave.
Yeah, exactly.
the game completely.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, stream was not, yeah, too successful as well in terms of the numbers. So I figured, and it was this declining since 2022 as well. And I mean, it's obviously nice to play Age of Empires for living, but if you just barely survive, it's something you
Yeah.
have to think about, right? Because that's not going to be an option. There are still certain things in the future which are not plannable.
I think it was kind of a little bit for everyone because just after COVID, even myself, like everyone got a decline in all the
Yeah,
numbers. You know, I think
yeah.
now I have rise a little bit up again, like not at
Mm-hmm.
the level of COVID probably, but you know, and Twitch is the problem, Jordi.
Yep,
That
exactly.
instability that is kind of hard. And as you mentioned,
It is.
you are living in Munich because I believe that you cannot go any other way because your daughter is there. I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
that's always the question, right? I've asked myself a couple of times already to move out of Germany, right? Because there are
Come
certain
here,
things
come to
I'm.
Spain with me. You will love the weather.
Imagine.
You will love the weather. You know.
I know. The weather would be 100%. And also, I've been in Spain recently twice, and
What part?
I'm just amazed. One was Repo, right? And
Ah,
the other
well, yeah.
one, not 100% sure. But anyway, it was the feeling, the vibe you have there is it's different. It's different. In Germany, I mean, man, you've been to Germany. I feel like certain parts in Germany, they have the tendency to look at the world a little bit grim, I would say.
Okay.
And in Spain, I felt like at home.
Yeah.
Everyone was happy.
Yeah.
Everyone was feeling like they want to party and chill, and I really enjoyed that a lot.
Do you have any
You can
Spanish
also.
family? Do you have any Spanish family or something, or it's just because
I
you?
don't. I don't.
No.
Not as far as I know. Not as far as I know, but
Are
I
your parents?
remember.
Oh, didn't you tell me something? Didn't you tell me something
Yeah,
that I don't
exactly.
know?
Exactly. Exactly. No,
Okay.
but I recall when I was in Cordoba, it was just, I loved walking around the city. I just loved it because the energy was so good. So yeah.
There's many
Um,
German. There's many Germans in Spain, especially when they finish their
yeah.
job from
Yeah.
Germany, from UK. There's many people that come
Yeah.
to retire here, you know, and they just live here the
Yeah.
whole life. You know, it's very nice.
Exactly.
Well, we focus then into your comeback to the game because you didn't
Hmm.
sign up to Warlords Qualifier 1, and then you
Yeah.
sign up to Warlords for Qualifier 2. And if you win the
Yes.
first round, I mean, seriously, when you saw
That's
that,
so
what did
ridiculous.
came to your mind? I mean, did you talk with doubt for a second about this? Okay.
It was. I was actually happy because what more could I have asked for? I mean, the chances for me qualifying are extremely slim. It's just the way it is, right? It's not like I came back to the game and I'm crushing like I used to in the I would say top 8. That's not the case, but that's also something I did not expect, right? It's the game has improved even more. The players have improved. Game has changed, and I think considering the time I've invested so far, I'm doing extremely well. So I'm happy with
Okay.
that. But yeah, there's so many good players. It's insane, and it's so close, right? We have 64 players, if I'm not mistaken, and you could
Hmm.
argue from the top 40, anyone can beat anyone, and that's just the best we had in the history of Age of Empires.
But it's crazy because you don't have the ATP rank now. I don't even know good how it works, but you have the highest elo. You are ranked the highest elo in terms
I
of the
oh
ranking because there is tournament performance in the last 12 months,
yes,
then ATP,
yes,
and then
yeah.
ranked by ladder, and then you are the highest ranked by the ladder. That's why you are after the
Ah,
32, 33.
Okay. I was surprised that I had
That
such a high
motivates you.
seeding.
That motivates you that a little
Yeah,
bit, right?
I didn't even look at the seeding process because I was just like, let's play and have fun, and whatever happens happens. I was expecting to have a lower seed, so 33 is pretty good considering
Just in
that
the middle.
I don't.
Just in the middle.
It's in the middle, yeah.
Okay.
Considering I don't have the tournament.
Then just imagine that you win the first round. I don't know when this podcast is going to be public, and then you face out and you win him. You killed out, man. I mean, if you win out, I mean, he will need I don't know a therapist or something else, you know.
Doubt said he wants me to lose the first round because he is
Really?
so scared. Yeah, he is scared
Oh my
to
God.
face me, right? He is scared because he is going to be in a situation where it's lose-lose for him no matter what, right? If he loses against me, that's
Pressure,
disaster.
a lot of pressure, right?
Pressure, yeah. And if he wins me, well, everyone expected that, right? So the pressure is 100% on him. And we have had those kind of situations in the past already as well. So yeah, let's see. But
How is the pressure?
first
How is
round I
that
have
part?
to win.
How is
Huh?
that part for the players? You know, going back to the memories that you were playing and so on. How is the pressure for the players? This is something that we don't know. I mean, I put the cameras in my tournaments. There is LAN events, but how is the shaking? You know, how is the pressure for the players in those moments?
I
Especially for
would
you,
say
of course.
everyone is different, but 100% everyone is going to be nervous, and you want to perform. It's so hard on the mental part. It's something you cannot really feel as long as you haven't felt it. It's crazy. I remember back in the days when I was before my break, I had moments in the S tier tournaments where I had to qualify in the last round. I couldn't sleep. I only slept 2 hours because I was thinking nonstop about the game, about the
Really?
strategies, about it was crazy. That's also one of the reasons why I took a break because it was just too much. It was not healthy anymore, and but everyone is different. Now this
Yeah.
tournament, I hope it's going to be way different for me now because I can play way more chill, no much pressure. So let's see.
Not much pressure in the first and the second round, but if you win the second round and you see, oh my God, I beat Dowd, and then you get that you
Yeah,
are getting
exactly.
closer to qualify. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't want to put you in pressure already,
I
but
know.
knowing
If
you,
there exactly, if you know there's one more match, then and all of a sudden you have the pressure going for sure. So yeah, let's see.
okay, but it's exciting, right? It's
It
exciting.
is.
It's nice.
It is.
Where
Like
not you?
life is so much better.
Yeah, were you not missing this excitement because probably you were having a, let's say, comfortable job? We don't need to
Yeah.
talk about the job. You are having a more normal job, but this
Yeah.
job, if you have obviously the money you need to be doing, it has to be so special because I'm a caster and I have played only a few times tournaments and I get that excitement, but that excitement is like adrenaline, no? It's like
It's 100%, yeah. And there's nothing which compares to it. Nothing. Like the feeling of competing
competition.
is so good. Yeah, it makes you feel alive, right? It makes your life more exciting. It's not the same dread all the time, but competition is exciting, and you wanna. That's something we have in us, right? As human beings, we want to compete. I think especially men are
Yeah.
competitive people,
But
and it's just good stuff.
I like that mentality. You know, it's like I'm not a fan in his about Cristiano Ronaldo how he behaves sometimes, but I like that he has got everything in life. He has all the money he wants, and then he's
Yeah.
40 years old, and he still get angry if he lose.
Yes.
You know, like I think that's the
Exactly.
mentality to be on top. No?
Yes. You want to win all the time. You hate losing. And
Yeah.
that's why you compete, and that's why you train. You train thousands of hours of game in the game because you want to win. You hate the feeling of losing.
Okay. How do you see then? Talking about this, how do you see the scene since you left and you come back? You see it really different. The players, this head of dominance. You know how you see all the whole scene.
I would say there has not been too many changes in that regard, except maybe the players have improved even more. The competition on the top is even closer compared to when I was active. It felt like now the top 40, everyone can compete with each other depending on the maps. Back when I was active, you would say top 20, maybe something like that. So people are improving and improving. A few new faces are on the scene as well. Neutral, Prisma, Lewis. These three stand out now for me. And it feels like micro has gotten even better. Everyone is microing now all the time, and it's just like not about clean units anymore.
Now Lyric
Yeah,
Wall is the micro anymore.
like it's crazy, right? But overall, I would say things are still as amazing as always.
Okay. About you, what
Yeah.
preparation are you having? Because I don't know if we can spoil something. How you are preparing? And I don't know when we're going to public this. And the players are focusing the qualifier. You can tell me. Nobody listen. How are you
So
preparing this qualifier?
I started this week on Monday, and I literally just play sets against certain people. I've played against Winchester, Prisma, Viper,
Warcraft player? The Warcraft
Warcraft
player,
player
man.
as well. As
Okay.
well. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
That's nice.
He
That's
was so
nice.
nice and offered as well. So yeah, and I will play more sets as well. I'm watching a lot of recorded games, analyzing, seeing the meta, and watching the streams. So yeah, I'm 100% prepared for sure. I need to get more practical practice because my macro or my mechanics are not there yet.
Okay. You don't see that as smooth, right? You have more or less clear the strategies, what to execute, but you need to how to execute properly, right?
Exactly. And that is, I would say, the biggest issue for me. So if you see me playing and you're like Titanic Jordan, it's because he's still
No, no, no.
not 100%
You
there.
gave me the podcast. I'm not gonna play the button. I'm not gonna play the
Okay.
button.
Okay.
I'm not
Good
gonna play
stuff.
the button. And how has been the result with these players? Has you been more or less close? Has been Don't worry.
Focus camera. The I would say close. Yes, it's very nice. So in terms of my own performance, I felt like I was playing very well, and yeah, it's like I cannot complain.
You
There's
are
certain
happy.
games which I'm happy,
You are
100%.
happy.
Yeah,
You are
yeah.
happy. You're happy. Who is gonna be able to beat Hera? Next question.
I would go crazy and say Mysterio. With these settings, I see Mysterio winning.
Okay. You think
It's yeah,
this the the
I
the
think so.
the, the 21 maps? You think it can be beneficial for what kind of player?
Tato with Mysterio. I would say Viper as well, Doubt for sure. Uh, in general, those people who excel the most in out of the box maps.
And it's
I
gonna be
would
new
say,
ships
like for
even.
example, say again.
It's gonna be even new civilizations because the new DLC is gonna be
Yeah,
in time even for the
yeah,
tournament.
yeah.
So
ACCM is going to perform very well as well. So and with the 5 new cips, I think it's 5, right? And the
yes,
main event, then it's going to be super exciting to watch as well.
50 civilizations. My God. I mean,
50, yeah, it's crazy.
seriously.
Yeah.
Are you gonna qualify or not? How do you feel about it? I mean, there's two chances this week and then the next week. You think it's possible to do it?
I think it's possible, yes. But a lot of things have to go my way for sure. And yeah, it is
Jordan
possible. It's
Jordan
possible.
has been always historically the player that play always better in tournaments than in the ladder, in the daily
Exactly.
races. Always was like
Exactly.
this.
Exactly. I hope for this time as well. And I hope, oh, finally. And I hope for my opponents to be a little bit shaky and then
Okay.
things can go my way. Yeah. But just in general, it is so exciting to watch, to play. I cannot wait for the weekend. It's
Okay. You play on
These are the
Friday.
best times for me. Yeah, I play
Right.
on Friday. Yeah.
Okay. What then it will be needed to have Jordan definitely here, and another eSport team maybe to get you with some good conditions, or not thinking about that right now.
I'm not thinking about that right now. I said to myself when I play Age of Empires again and go ham, I want to see how I feel over the months or the weeks and see how I feel. If I feel like in a few months I'm able to live life good and play Age of Empires and having a good time, enjoying it, then I will stay. But if I feel like things are not going well in my life because I'm investing too much into the game again,
Okay.
I'm changing, I'm decreasing in terms of my personal improvement, then I would have to step away again. So yeah, I go by the feeling. In the past, I
Okay.
always made plans, and I go by feelings now.
Okay.
New
The-
lesson for me.
yeah, I want to ask you more thing about you because I don't remember. Do you have a girlfriend now or not?
I do, yes,
You have.
for 5 years now.
Oh, is that the one that I know? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay. 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 But you are you living together? Oh.
Somewhat. We
Okay.
we
Okay.
we have had a certain history.
Okay. 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 It's fine. It's fine. I wanted to ask you something else, but I just forgot because I'm a disaster with everything. Because when I'm talking to you, it's coming millions of millions of things that I
I
want to
know.
ask. I want to ask. I want to ask. Oh well,
Yeah.
about the living because I want to have an idea a little bit. I mean, you are where you're living is an apartment. Is your
Yeah, three
apartment? Are
rooms.
you are renting?
I'm renting. Yeah, 3-room apartment in Munich, around 70 square meters. Yeah, that's this living situation right now.
And can we know how much costs that? And I will tell you what it costs in Spain.
It costs, and this is extremely cheap. It costs 1,300 euro. Usually for this you would pay around, I don't know, 2,000 at least in Munich. So I'm very fortunate for sure.
I have rented my old house. Do you remember that it was streaming in my new house, in my old house, that it got views that you can see the whole city, you see the sea, you have a balcony that is like 50, 60 meters, the balcony. It has it has 4 rooms, one room that is for the clothes for the women. So I don't know how to it's in English.
Mhm.
Well, it's 170 meters square or 180, and I have rented for 500 euros.
When was it?
You're gonna move? You come here?
But
I
is
have
it
rented since
500 euros?
I have rented since I left for that price to someone. Yes.
It's still 500.
Yeah. No, I rented. I
What?
rented then 450, and I up to 500, and I live like this 500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
only thing, the
That's
only thing
crazy.
that the only thing that we do is that if there is something that is get broke or whatever, she take care. So
Yeah.
I don't pay anything if there's something I don't know,
Okay.
the
Yeah.
wash machine and everything. If something, it just that's the deal we got. But what I mean is, anyway, you can see how Spain and Germany is not too far. I mean, obviously this is not Munich. If you go to Madrid or Barcelona,
It's different.
it's probably the same that in your city.
How
It's
many
probably the
how many
same.
people do you have in your city?
100K, 200K maybe.
Oh, it's so big. Okay.
No, it's a big one. It's
I
it's
thought with that price, maybe 2,000 people.
no. It's a good one, but it's a very big one. It's not like the people is crowded. It's not like the city is crowded. It's a big extension. Because there's
Yeah.
the sea, the mountains. It's
Yeah.
it's it's big. Well, but I just asked you this because I want you to be back, but
Yes. I
100%.
will.
I will love
I
it.
will have. I will keep it in mind, ma'am. Whenever I feel like okay, I have to go to Spain, I want to move, then
No, no. Be,
I
be,
will
be sure
message you.
about be sure about this. And this is something that I have talked even with my wife.
Yeah.
For a live stream for a streamer, you can do the stream anywhere. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you didn't have responsibilities or you were single, you just move to where you think it can be better and get experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's experience. And then if 2,000 in some countries is like 5K in others.
Yep.
Yeah, and vice
Yeah.
versa. So that's
Yeah.
the issue. Hi, Jordi. Well, in Warlords 4, I want you to qualify, but that's not a secret.
I hoped so, ma'am. You're a
Yeah,
little
I
bit
mean,
biased.
no, I know I am. I mean,
But
but if you play good, I will tell you play good. If you play bad, I will tell you play bad. But everyone has feelings. I want you to qualify to the tournament because I think you
ma'am,
are
the good thing
great.
is,
You are great
yeah.
for any tournament that you are in.
Thank you. There is two sides to it. If I qualify, That's obviously amazing. If I don't qualify, I cast more. It's fine, right?
I don't want you to
So
qualify. I
it's
don't.
a win-win. It's a
I don't
win-win.
want. For me, yes. For you, I don't know if that. Yeah, I mean, you will enjoy, but you are
I
like
will enjoy.
like Dowd. I was talking with him a little bit, trying to come to the garrison. You know,
Yeah.
he loves to compete. Dowd
Yes.
love to compete. I mean, if people see, I don't, and you can tell more about this, but I mean, if people see that Dowd, is so cool always with the jokes, but when he lost, it's like you put a knife in his heart,
Yes.
right?
Especially if it's a bad loss in terms of he's doing stupid mistakes or things where the game is super close, but one slight detail he missed and then he loses. That's where he gets really, really frustrated and very pissed off. And especially if we're talking about those LAN tournaments, of course you want to be in there, especially
Yeah.
as a competitor. And if you're not there as a competitor, you feel like he always says puppy. You feel like a puppy, right? You feel like I deserve to be here, but I'm not. So yeah, he doesn't have the best feeling in that regard, and I can relate for sure.
I want that you say now, related with the game, one
Yeah.
positive thing and what negative thing from your old teammates, you know, you know,
Okay.
the Viper. What is really
So
positive related with the gameplay? What you say, oh my god, I would like to have this from the Viper
I would say his macro.
macro. Okay,
This is something where you would say, yeah, that's pretty solid with the Viper.
okay, in almost any map, right? Like he managed
And
to almost any map.
any.
Okay,
Yeah, that's just his macro is always very, very solid. If we're
something.
talking about no,
Go on. Sorry, I thought you
if you're
finished.
talking about negative thing, does he have? I would say his
Or
greediness.
weaker, like
His
more than negative,
greediness.
weaker.
Yeah,
He's what?
greediness. His greediness. So he goes or he focuses too much on the economy sometimes, not produce army, and then lose the games because of that. But that's something I've told him often already, so he's
Okay.
aware of it, and I feel like he is taking that serious. So yeah, let's see.
Okay, so
Uh,
his macro can be the good and the bad thing at the same time,
exa-
basically.
yeah, I would even see it a little bit different. Macro and greediness is different. Um, yeah, it's just the decision to go for the macro oriented play with a lot of economy is his downside. I feel like, yeah,
Okay, Tatot, positive.
his ability, like for me, Tato is the best team game player we have. His ability to, in moments, make hard decisions, not only for himself, but for the entire team. So
Okay.
I feel like he's capable of thinking about every four player he has, and then for opponents, it's just incredible. The way he is capable of coming up with creative decisions for himself, for everyone at the spot. It's like peak RTS, you would say.
And people listen to him. He was like the team captain, let's say.
Yeah,
Like kind of team
yeah,
captain in those moments. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Negative
Does that have something negative? I
has to
would
be
say
in 1v1
uh,
has to be because if he's that great in team game, what it has he maybe negative in 1v1?
I think not specifically gameplay, but him not tryharding when once on the ladder. I think that is something which, if he had that, like for example as Hera, I think we would see him being a little bit more dominant. I think, I don't know.
It's about the age, all these things, because we are not talking about is the age you notice because we are not old, right? You are not old, but for gaming, it's not the same when you are 18. You get the game with that, like everything in life, but the gaming even more like this. Oh, it's new and this excitement, and maybe you love it,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that after 12, 13 years, I mean, if you enjoy, you probably don't feel grinding that much.
100%, 100%. It is with the age comes the experience, right? If you're 38 and you start the game, of course you will be excited at the beginning. But if you are 38, you have played 2 decades of Age of Empires competitively, you know the game in and out. There's no excitement because you know starting the game how it's going to finish. There's no excitement. It's more about execution, and that's boring, right? So I understand that. And if you, for example, play team games, you have more variables, and you cannot really predict what's going to happen. So team
Okay.
games make it more fun, right? Like for example, Rage Forest. Why is Rage Forest so freaking awesome? It's because it's completely different. There's so many things that can happen in Rage Forest, which makes it the best for me, best team game map. Honestly, it's so good.
How many
It's so good.
people was trolling me in the past because in public times and later was Black Forest is the best, and then Doubt was you are a Black Forest player. And now Doubt is the Black Forest player, you know?
He is one of the best we have.
I love it because I was
Yeah.
talking always about this that it's it's completely different every game.
Yeah, it is. And there are so many options you have in Rage Forest. If you compare it to, for example, Arabia, Scout Archers all the time. There's no diversity, and yeah, I feel like for Tato specifically in that regard, for once, yes, it would be a little bit better if he plays a little bit more on the ladder. I think, and yeah, positive is his capability of performing good strategies at the spot for everyone.
And now let's see because now we come Doubt. That Doubt has something positive.
Does he have no? It's
Yeah, come on, has a lot of things positive. But what is his main thing for
for me,
Doughty?
Dowd is it's interesting because for me, Dowd is still a top 3 player. I know maybe I'm living in the past,
Okay.
but there's so many good things about Dowd, and I would say the best one is to come up with great strategies, great strategies. Like his preparation is so good in terms of mind. We're not talking about actually practicing, but his preparation, his the way his brain works while playing and also before coming up with strategies, coming up with good decision making on the spot. I would say decision making is for him as Dowd as the player the best for sure. And
And
if we're
what is the
talking about
weakness? Yeah, the weakness.
weakness, it would have to be the speed. I think if he was faster, he would be top 3 for sure. Because I think his mechanics are not capable of um, performing what his brain tells him to do,
Okay.
right? And I think that's his biggest weakness.
Okay. We're about to finish, Mr. Jordi. You see, it's not being super long, being cool. I mean,
Man, it's flying. Time
I
is
know it's
flying.
flying.
I
It's
didn't check.
flying. You know. But before finish, we're gonna talk a little bit about Warlords. Very short. Who you think is going to win with your mind, and who you want to win Warlords?
Who I want Viper to win, and who I think is going to win is Mr. Yo.
Do you think he's gonna win, Mr. Yo?
I think so. I don't know
Okay.
why, but I feel like
You know
it
what he
feels good
told
with
me.
Mr. Yo.
You know what
What?
he told me during Garrison.
Oh yeah, but tell me.
Mr. Yo, we were in one of the days, I don't remember what day it was, we were going back to the hotel. And then he told me, man, how is the Warlords? I'm invited, I'm qualified because they know the system that we use, you know? And then I was, to be honest, till not finish Garrison, I don't know because it give points.
Yeah.
The Garrison gave points. And then he told me, oh, doesn't matter. You know, I prefer to qualify because I will be more prepared, you know? And when you invite me, I always play wars in the tournament.
This
You
this
know, well,
he's a killer. He really is. Like he's a such a strong competitor, and he has a very good mindset for competing. It's really curious to see. But yeah,
okay,
Mr. Yo is
his best and his worst for Mr. Yo.
Mr.
Only that
Yo.
one.
I think for Mr. Yo, it goes very similar to Dowd decision making, especially Mr. Yo. His way of playing Imperial Age is, I would say, even maybe the best. The way he sees the map, controls the map, and makes the decisions based on it is just incredible. So That's for him. And I would say his weakest point would be the micro.
But I think he just is lazy. I think he just don't
Yeah,
micro because you can try to
yeah.
micro and do bad. He doesn't try to micro. He never tried to
Yeah.
quick walls. He's like,
He doesn't give.
I got the
Yeah,
feeling like,
he's lazy. He's lazy.
don't want to micro.
Yeah, he reminds me very much of Doubt.
Yeah.
Both of them are very similar in terms of the play style. Very similar.
Jordi, thank you so much for joining this hypecast. Hopefully you have a good time, and I only can wish you luck in Warlords. But the most important, looking what you propose for the future, and that you get any goal you have. I will love that the goal is to stay in the game, but if not, Jordan will be back 100 times more always.
I cannot leave the game forever. It seems. Man, thank you so much for the podcast as well, and I wish you all the best as well. And we will talk to each other soon when we're casting together.
Take care, guys. We love this game.
See you guys. Bye bye.